I never realized women could be anything but strong. It's very frustrating to me that women aren't aware of their own strength, that women in all the stories and all the movies are taught to be weak, to wait for their prince, when actually women are super strong and they just don't see it. I'd actually joined the Straits Times in 2007 with 3 unfinished novels. I was lucky that I had an editor at the time, a supervisor, who thought I had a gift for storytelling, and she pushed me to write a novel. She said, "You must write a novel, you must take time out, you must think about it." And on the way to India to attend my cousin's wedding, I started writing a little scene about a woman who was drawing henna designs on the bridal party. And then I realized that this is a custom that has continued for decades. And I started thinking that this woman was a person who could have existed 70 years ago, 100 years ago, and her job would still have been the same. And I wanted to write a book about what had changed and what hadn't changed in 70 years, especially for women, and especially when it comes to weddings, because you could be anyone. You could be a scientist, you could be an award-winning photographer, you could be a politician, and the most important day of your life for many people would still be your wedding, the fact that you're getting married. What's very interesting in Asia, modern Asia, is that we are very technological, we are very advanced and modern, but we also coexist with these beliefs that are centuries old. You have a smartphone, but you also, if your smartphone doesn't work, then maybe in your mind you might say a quick little prayer to Ganesha to make it work. It's taken 3 years to get to a point where I was satisfied with my knowledge, not just of India in the past, but contemporary Singapore. It was actually harder to do research for contemporary Singapore because that part of the novel is as long and as important as a 20-30 year span in India. I realized when I was writing it that we have our own lives that are full of drama, full of things of intense interest to us, whether we're getting a job, whether that hot guy or hot girl returns our interest. But all our lives play out on this huge backdrop of interconnected geopolitics, and we don't even know about it. Whoever you are, food defines you. Food immediately unifies a community or divides a community. And immediately, for example, if somebody likes sweet things, this is the person you would go to a dessert stall with. If somebody is vegetarian, obviously they're not going to go to the new shabu shabu place with you. And at the same time, food is something that also unites us. When you sit around a table at a food court with all your colleagues from the office, some might be eating halal food, some might be eating vegetarian food, but you're all sitting together around that table eating, and that is an act that is incredibly bonding and unifying.